Yo, what's going on, guys? It is FoxyDude98 here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today, as you can see, I have got some F1 2018 gameplay for you guys today here on the channel. And all of this gameplay footage was taken from the E3 live event from IGN. So I'll leave a link down in the description to IGN's live stream. And I'll also highlight the specific point in where you can actually go and find the point where they actually did the entire interview about F1 2018. It's about 20 minutes long, lots of valuable information. But if you don't want to watch the whole 20 minutes, I'm basically just going to go ahead and explain that all for you guys right now, whilst having all of this gameplay here on the screen. So first of all then, so whilst the stream was going on, I went ahead and I wrote down loads of notes for you guys to get you informed about F1 2018. First of all then, moving into F1 2018, these were the notes given by Lee at the event himself. So first of all, interviews are going to be coming back. So obviously in F1 2010 and F1 2011, we had interviews in Formula 1, and then from then on in, they've just never been a thing, and it's been a fan favourite that has just wanted to come back. And, well, it's back. We finally get interviews, and this is going to basically find out what type of person you are. You can either have an interview, and you may be able to improve your showmanship, or you improve your sportsmanship. So there's going to be different forms of interviews which will provide different answers which will basically prove what character you actually are in the game. And I quite like that. It's quite enjoyable, and it's going to really just sort of twist around how you are as a person, and therefore that is also going to help in terms of contracts. So you may be improving yourself within the team, and you may be affecting yourself against other teams with what you say. It's very, very interesting. Now I'm going to stay with this footage here. So one big feature for F1 2018. Cockpit cam has got halo changes. So in F1 2018, obviously the halo is not going anywhere. It is a feature of Formula 1 that is now a new rule set and will stay in F1 2018. And obviously it's going to stay there, and there's nothing we can do about it. However, obviously when driving in cockpit cam, your vision is going to get slightly affected. So whilst driving in cockpit cam, as you can see on board here with the Ferrari, you do have the capabilities to disable the central column of the halo. This obviously allows you to get much better vision whilst driving the cars in cockpit cam, meaning that if you are starting to turn away from it because you don't want to race, you know, and have the central column in your way, as you can see on board here with the Ferrari, you can remove the central column of the halo to give you better vision whilst using cockpit cam, and it's something that I think I think it's a really smart move from Codemasters. It's very well thought out, and it definitely helps us out when driving in cockpit cam. For anyone that does so anyway, I'll still be driving in T-cam. I don't really care about the halo on the top of the T-cam. I hate the halo, don't get me wrong, but it's not really going to change my camera angle style. So yeah, as you can see, that's what the T-cam looks like pretty much. Looks a little bit, obviously it's a bit different because I use an offset T-cam, so mine will be a little bit further back and a bit higher on the camera. But anyway, so yeah. So obviously, as I was stating then, interviews are obviously back, and they'll determine who you are as an actual person. So that will change how you rock with contracts and everything else like that. Next up then, there is going to be a brand new contract system with negotiation deals. So now you can actually go ahead and try and talk to your team bosses about potential new contracts. You may start to say, oh, I want this amount of R&D, I want a new contract, an improved deal, and if I do decide to go ahead with this contract deal, I will try and hit these specific targets for you. That's how it's going to try and work. The team may go around and say, yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that, and go ahead and give you the new deal. Or the team may turn around and slap you in the face and say, no, we don't believe you can hit these targets. We're not negotiating a new deal for you. So you can go ahead and try and mix around with your contracts in mind. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how that comes about. Next up then, there have obviously been some graphic updates. Now, of course, bear in mind, guys, this is a work in progress build. So we are far away from the perfect build of the game itself, but they've gone ahead and done a lot of graphical changes. Obviously, we've got the new tyre compounds in F1 2018 now, so we've got the super hard tyres, and we've also got the hyper soft tyres in F1 2018, and obviously, we're going to be seeing a lot more just little small graphical features. So for an example, the heat haze that you see on the back straights and the pit straights in the replay cams, you'll be able to see those as well, and just overall, just sort of upping the overall graphical look of the game with the advanced technology and the engines that are used to create these things as well. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how it looks. Next up then, obviously, is the big one, and that is the ERS system. Now, we have lots of information about the ERS system and how it's going to work in F1 2018. So first of all, the ERS system is going to have two modes. You can either run the ERS system in automatic mode, meaning that you don't need to worry about it and the game will do it for you, or you can go ahead and run the ERS system in your own way. Now, the ERS system has 5 different options within it. Now, obviously, unfortunately, Lee Mather didn't actually explain what options were what, so we're kind of in the unknown. All we know is that there are 5 different options for the ERS system which players are enabled to use during the Grand Prix and obviously anywhere else in qualifying or anything like that. Obviously, using this ERS system, it may seem complicated for a standard player. There are going to be players out there that are going to run fully manual ERS and will be able to know exactly how to harvest, deploy, use the overtake with the ERS and etc. But there are going to be some that are not going to know how to use the ERS. It's going to get confusing and they're just going to get, get annoyed because they just don't know how to capitalize on it. So obviously they've gone ahead and realized this, and they've gone ahead and brought in an automatic mode. This will basically automatically use the ERS for you. You don't need to worry about it from then on in. You could simply just go ahead and continue on with your race while the ERS system does all of the deployment, the harvesting, and the taking buttons for you. So you basically don't need to worry about that, and you can carry on your way. And the next thing, and the final thing that we got then from the F1 2018 interview that we had with Lee Mather for E3 with IGN, is that there is now another super license online system. Now, obviously, they didn't really go in depth with online. In fact, they didn't really talk a lot about online at all in F1. But what we can guarantee is for this time, in terms of the matchmaking, they're going to try and make the matchmaking when you try and find an online session a lot more fair than it has been. So they'll try and match you up with the same skill level as yours. So if you're a driver, that is in all these competitive league racings, you will eventually matchmake with somebody and a group of players that are all of the same caliber as yours using a super license online system. Obviously, this is done by a set of technical experts that will go ahead and program and code these specific matchmaking systems into place, and we'll just have to see how they work. They didn't really talk about anything else in terms of online, about how they can try and improve the online system overall, because honestly, F1 2017 Online for me was absolutely horrendous, and it needs a massive rework. Obviously, we've got new changes as well coming in towards the R&D system. The R&D system is getting a complete rework, not like it's just making a lot bigger, a lot better, a lot more developed, and it's going to be interesting to see and hear more about F1 2018. Finally then, of course, we have got the classic cars. Now, they didn't say anything about classic cars in the interview. However, Lee specifically stated for the classic cars that in I can't even talk properly. In F1 2018, all of the classic cars that we have seen from F1 2017 will be returning into F1 2018. So it's a simple, nice little port over to F1 2018 with a slight couple of coding changes. And then following that, they're going to be bringing a brand new set of classic cars. Unfortunately, we have to wait post E3 to find out more about these F1 2018 classic cars and what they're going to bring. So we're not quite sure what it is just as yet, but all we know is that there are classic cars, they are returning. All of the ones that we had in 2017 will be back in 2018, and obviously they're just going to be making it bigger and better and expanding it furthermore from there. But guys, that is going to be it for this F1 2018 gameplay video. If you guys have enjoyed it, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and whenever F1 2018 gameplay drops, hopefully I'm not busy enough at the moment like I am, I'll be able to cover it for you guys, give you guys all the insight I can. But that's all the information that I grabbed from the E3 live stream. Of course, there may be some other YouTubers that would have been out at E3 which will have more information, but I'm just going from what the live stream I got. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Take care all. Peace.